Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Project Recap Podcast, formerly known as Project Cap, the podcast where we recap everything sports, music, entertainment, and more. I am your host, the infamous TYB, aka Thank You Brother, and I just want to thank you for stopping by. Welcome, ladies and gents. It's your boy, TY, aka Thank You Brother. Man, I'm here. Happy Valentine's Day. Well, I think when I put this out, it'll be the day after Valentine's Day, but still, happy Valentine's Day to everybody listening. Hope you enjoyed your day, whether it was treating yourself out or it was treating your significant other or treating your significant side piece. Whatever you decided to do today, my hat's off to you, man. I was going all through Twitter today, and of course, you see a lot of posts and of people with their significant others, and I love I love this time. No cap. I love this time of year. I love that energy on my timeline. Me personally, I know some other people in the world, those miserable fucks, they don't like to see other people happy with their significant other. Me personally, I hate that shit. I hate it when it comes to Valentine's Day and you get those who wants to downplay Valentine's Day because they're single and lonely and shit. It's just like, bro, it's one day of the year. You can't, not be miserable on Twitter. Like, keep that shit to yo. Keep that shit bottled up just for 24 hours. The day after, get that shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you, but like, bro. And my thing is this too. It's not even just about loving your significant other, treating your significant other out. Like, this could be a day where you treat yourself out. Like, today to me is about love in general. So you ain't got nobody else. You got yourself, and you should love yourself more than you love anybody else. So take yourself out, treat yourself out, go get you a nice meal, go wine and dine yourself, get your feet done, nails done. Men, there ain't nothing wrong with that either. There ain't nothing gay about that. Let's be real. Shit, I need my feet done. Like, them bitches is bad. But anyways, man, happy Valentine's Day to everybody, man. I hope everybody enjoyed their Friday. Like I said, it's been up for me today. I've been upbeat. I've been loving everything I've been seeing on social media. Had that rollover into work. I hate going to work, so my energy kind of dropped off when I got into work, and that's just because I hate my job, to be real. And for those that don't know, I work at Best Buy, working in sales. I hate that shit. Like, I genuinely do, and I'm counting down my days until my days in retail hopefully come to an end. Like, I hope this is like the last year I have to do this type of shit, because, man, it is miserable working retail. I don't care where you work. There is no fun. There is no excitement. There's no joy in retail. Like, I'm sorry. Managers, a lot of managers that I've worked for over the span of like 7, 8 years, they put on the front like they love their job. But deep down, I know you hate this shit. Like, you'll catch them when they're to themselves walking around and shit, how they look dead in the face. Like, bruh, I know you hate this shit. Like, quit the cap. But enough of that, man. We're going to get into some sports topics. It is All-Star Weekend. Not only is it Valentine's Day, it is All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend kicked off today. We have the celebrity game, and it's currently as we're recording this, they are doing the rookie sophomore game or whatever, the World versus U.S. game, I should say. I haven't watched it yet. Like, I got off work, had some food. I'm like, let's go ahead and record this podcast. I'm feeling really good. Like, my energy's up. I'm not tired. Let's get it done. But Common won MVP for the celebrity game. I did catch parts of it at work in the break room. From what my homies was telling me, Quavo was stinking it up. Not surprised. From what I've been seeing, that new shit that Migos just put out stinks. So, it makes sense for Quavo's game to match his position on that song. Because from what I'm seeing, Quavo on this new record they put out, Migos, Travis Scott, and I can't remember who, Young Thug I think is on it. Quavo was horrible. So it kind of makes sense for his game to match that same energy. But All-Star Weekend is definitely going. I definitely need to check that World versus US game out after I finish this podcast. I don't want to have it playing in the background because I'll be distracted. So, but I do want to talk about something in regards to All-Star Weekend. Something I touched on last week was Devin Booker and Bradley Beal being snubbed and everything else. As everybody knows, Damian Lillard, who is on fire right now, will not be participating in the three-point contest nor the All-Star game as he is out, I think, with a groin injury. So he'll be reevaluating like 2 weeks. So, of course, that puts him out of the game, of the All-Star game. So Devin Booker took his place. I don't necessarily agree with it being Devin Booker. I think it should have been Bradley Beal first. I think I said this last week. The All-Star game should be a reward for players who individually are playing out of their mind. Bradley Beal is averaging 29.1 points, the most points for a player that's not an All-Star entering the All-Star break. I mean, Devin Booker's only averaging, I'm saying only like it's not that much, but he's averaging 26.4. So not that big of a discrepancy between the two numbers, but I think Bradley Beal definitely should have got that nod before Devin Booker. That's just my opinion. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with either or, but if you had to go either way, you should have took Bradley Beal, the player who was playing better, 29 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists a game. Devin Booker is kind of doing the same in rebounds and assists. Their numbers are very close in rebounds and assists, but Bradley's getting an extra 3-4 points a game. I think that should factor in. I think that should be a big factor. I think this should be, like I said, a reward for players and their individual performance, not what their team looks like. Like, this isn't, I can't make it any clearer. This is an individual award. This is not, oh, your team is playing good, so I'm going to give you this All-Star spot. That's never how it should be. It should be, you're playing great. You're playing better than this guy, so you're going to get on the team. That's how it always should have been. But luckily, I don't make the calls. I don't make the selections, none of that, because if fans made the selections and made the teams all just based on what fans wanted, I think these teams will look like what they should look like. Maybe. I don't know, because then again, Taco Fall and Alex Caruso had more votes than a lot of players who are better than them. No disrespect to Taco. So I don't know. I think the All-Star system needs some work, big time. Like, I think it needs some major work. But, let me know what you guys think. Like, does Bradley Beal deserve to be in that spot more than Devin Booker, or does it not matter, or does Devin Booker deserve that spot? Like, my opinion is Bradley Beal should have made it. But I'm sure some of you may have a different perspective. Maybe somebody else should have made it, like Jaylen Brown. Excuse me. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, do you guys think this should have been somebody else? Should have been Book? Should have been Bradley Beal? Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, All-Star is going on. I don't know what game is tomorrow. I haven't even looked at I'm saying I don't know. Like, this is my first All-Star weekend. Of course, you got the events tomorrow, the skills challenge, 3-point dunk contest, all that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, it's all tomorrow. You got the big game on Sunday. I'm about to say East versus West, but that's really what it looks like on some of these on the teams. Like, it looks really like East versus West, but you got Team LeBron versus Team Giannis on Sunday. I'm taking Team Bron just because Bron got a squad. Giannis is goofy as fuck for taking Kemba over, or whoever he took over James Harden, because he said he wants a teammate to pass. That guy passes the ball. I wish I had his assist numbers up, but come on, bro. Giannis is goofy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there was something. It's deeper than rap. That's how I looked at it. Like, you took Kemba or Trae Young or whoever it was over James Harden because you want somebody to pass. I'm sure James Harden averages more assists than both of those guys. Not together, but in comparing them, I'm sure James Harden averages more assists. I wish I had that all up so I could be 100%. But it's deeper than rap. I feel like it's something subliminal. And I hope whenever Houston and Milwaukee play again, I hope James cooks Milwaukee. I don't even fault with Houston like that. Mostly because they just dusted my team off a few nights ago. I won't really feeling that. But, yeah, Giannis is goofy for that selection. But it's going to be a good game regardless. I'm hopefully, I think I'll be off in time to see it. Yeah, I think I will be. Don't know about tomorrow. Like, tonight I missed just about the whole celebrity game. I was at work, So up next, I do want to talk about, speaking of my team, speaking of the Celtics, I do want to talk about, because I had a conversation with somebody, and this, I was like, I might as well add this to the things that I'll talk about on the podcast, and that is, what do the Celtics need to be able to compete, really compete in the postseason? Like, I'm not one of those who thinks our big man is an issue. Like, I'm after watching so many games of us playing, especially against elite teams like the Clippers, like the Lakers, like the Bucks, like Philly, Miami, so on and so forth. I don't think the big man is a problem. Daniel Tice is actually a lot better at that five than I thought he would be. Very versatile, very quick on his feet. Not afraid to guard anybody. Like, I definitely tip my hat to him. Then we got Enes Kanter on the bench. Robert Williams is still out with a hip injury. Taco Fall in the cut. We still got VP. He doesn't really get much burn. I'm not a big fan of VP when we try to match up against smaller teams because they abuse him. Like, he's not that quick on his feet. But my concern is it's not that. I think it's our bench. Our bench is garbage. Like, garbage. Like, I was looking at some of the numbers. I think we average like 28 points on our bench, but you look at other teams that's better than us based on record, like Milwaukee and LA being the Lakers. Their benches average 40 points. The Clippers bench average is like 51. It's probably mostly Lou Will. Even Toronto averages like 34, which is not a huge difference between 28 versus 34. But when you look at some of the better teams in the league, their benches, they contribute way more than ours. I didn't get to look at Denver's. I'm sure Denver's got a nice strong bench as well. I think it's our bench. Like, I think we should have made moves to strengthen our bench, get a score. Like, defense isn't an issue. I think we got some of the best defenders in the league on our team. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown just locked down Kawhi Leonard last night. Last night being Thursday night against the Clippers, double OT. You know what I'm saying? That's a Boston thing, baby. But I really feel like it's our bench. I don't believe it's our centers. Like, our centers are not an issue. Like I said, Daniel Tice makes a lot of great plays, and that's just me basing on, especially going against these playoff teams, some that we might see in the playoffs, Miami, Milwaukee, Philly, you know, beating the Lakers and the Clippers, Denver as well. You know, I don't think it's our five. It's really our bench. We have no, I don't want to say we don't have any scoring on the bench. We don't have efficient scoring on the bench. So that's my stance on what should the Celtics go out and do, or what should they have done before the trade deadline, or maybe over the summer. Strengthen that bench. I mean, we got players like Javonte Green, who's great in fast break, high energy, athletic. Carson Edwards, Tremont Waters, who I think Tremont, or however you say his name, is back and forth between the G League. I think Marcus comes off the bench. He's been hooping this year. Like, I don't know what it is. I really feel like Kyrie was holding a lot of players back last year. Let me take that back. I don't even think it was Kyrie. I think it's what Kyrie's what Kyrie kind of brought, like the negative attention and all the animosity. I feel like not only him, but the shit that he brought held people back. Like, as you see, everybody that was on the team last year that's on the team this year, Marcus, Jalen, Jason, Gordon, so on and so forth, are having much better years, or a much better year compared to last year. The energy's up, everything. But like I said, not to stray away from the point, Celtics needs to strengthen that bench ASAP. Ace fucking sap. Now, speaking of postseason, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I really feel like the Lakers are the favorite, my personal favorite, to win the finals this year. And it's only because it is. I was watching some old final stuff over the past week, you know, mostly, of course, everything had LeBron in it because he's been in every finals before last year. But I really feel like when you give LeBron just a little bit of help, he will take you to the finish line. Like, I was reading a quote from I can't remember his name right now. He was Ty Lue, Coach Ty Lue. He was telling he put out a quote, or I read a quote from him. LeBron told his guys, "Y'all give me everything y'all got Game 6, and I will Lead y'all. I would take it all the way game 7. I'm kind of paraphrasing. And bro did that. I mean, that was the year they came back 3-1, 73-9 Warriors. When you give LeBron a little bit of help, you got that year it was Kev, Kyrie, LeBron, JR, Channing, or I think Channing Frye was on that team. And so on and so forth. I don't even know why I mentioned Channing Frye like he was that big of a difference. Even if he was, I think he was on the team that year. But that deep squad, you give him a little bit of help, that man will do it. So this year you got Anthony Davis. You got a plethora of bigs. You got JaVale Dwight, AD. Kuzma's dirt. I just want to put it out there. Kuzma is trash. I think they should have traded him. Let me take that back. I don't think he's trash. I just don't think his role on the Lakers is suited for his play style. I don't think it is. I really feel like I've seen a lot of people say this too. Like when Kuzma comes off the bench with like Rondo and shit like that, and like it just doesn't work. Like I don't think the system they have for that bench squad when it's involving Kuzma just doesn't work. But I think it's gonna be the Lakers this year. I think they can do it, and that, like I said, that's just me basing it on previous years prior to last year. When you give LeBron a little bit of help, it's scary, and it hurts me to say that because he's taken my squad out on several occasions. So it pains me to say that. And to make it worse, him being a Laker, it just hurts. It breaks my heart to possibly see LeBron and the Lakers win the NBA championship. That shit hurts me, but being unbiased, being transparent, however you want to put it, I think it's going to be them. I think the matchup is going to come down to Milwaukee and the Lakers. Originally, I thought it was going to be like Milwaukee and the Clippers, but the Clippers, man, they so up and down. Like, I don't know. Injuries, it's just like you never know with the Clippers right now. Maybe not this year. Maybe next year they'll make some real noise, but not we'll see. I don't want to completely write them off because we still got time for that narrative to change. The Lakers could start losing after the All-Star break, and then, anything can happen after the All-Star break. Like, that's when we'll really start to see, like, who finna act up come around April, May, and June. Like, who's gonna start teeing up? But that's personally my favorite. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. Again, I don't know who else can beat the Lakers in the postseason. Like when you got LeBron, because LeBron turns it up. Everybody knows that LeBron turns it up in the postseason. So what can you do to stop him? Anthony Davis, you got Danny Green. Hey, yo, Caruso, man, I fuck with Buddy. That man is dangerous. I don't think he should be slept on. That's a good little secret weapon to have on the bench. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm kind of glad they didn't get Darren Collison, even though I don't think that would have put them over the edge. Like they were saying that the Lakers need a shot creator, somebody like specifically in the point guard position, like Derrick Rose, Darren Collison, somebody like that. I don't think Darren Collison specifically would have like made that huge of a difference, but them boys got finesse. Like he had them thinking, oh yeah, I'm definitely thinking about coming back. Like I think I read he got tickets to a game, good seats, treated out to eat and shit by like a genie bus and shit. And bro said, nah, actually on second thought, I'm good at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at home. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out after the All-Star break. Of course, it's going to be like the week after next is when the season will pick back up, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. So it'll be a little minute before the season starts back up after the All-Star break. Of course, they get a nice little break. But so let's see how much time I'm at. 19 minutes. I'll probably cut it down. So there's one more thing I want to talk about that's not sports related before we close out here. So I don't know if you guys have seen Quentin Miller resurface on Twitter recently. All stemming from the Meek Drake beef from years ago when Drake got out of having a writer being Quentin Miller. I personally and I've seen a lot of people post about this too. I don't see why Quentin Miller took the fall for all of that. Like, he's the only one that suffered really from any of that. Like, Drake got outed having a ghostwriter. Even though Meek was in the wrong, I feel like Meek was in the wrong. Like, bro, you didn't really know what was going on. When the jail came out, him and Drake's BFF, or him and Drake are BFFs. They buddy and all that other shit. But Quentin Miller's still somewhere, like, or like I don't know. He disappeared. I seen a video of him, kind of like, bro, you could tell he was hurt about like all of that. Like, they cool and whatever, going to basketball games together, and I'm, I took the bullet for it, and I wasn't even in the wrong. Like, I didn't even do nothing. I was just writing music. Drake, the one that was performing the music, like, he should have been the one that took the fall, but I think Drake and Meek need to speak up on that. But we all know ain't nobody gonna press Drake about that, and if they do, he probably gonna avoid the question or some way finesse his way around it. Meek need to apologize or do something, hold himself accountable, because like Quentin Miller was a dope artist. I mean, I'm not gonna say dope artist. I didn't really listen to his music, but bro was a dope lyricist. I will put it like that. He was nice, and that I feel like stunted his growth. I feel like he should have came out on top of that because he wasn't in the wrong. Like he wasn't in the beef. He wasn't involved. He didn't come at nobody. He didn't put no information out. He was just a writer. And I'm sure a lot of artists in the game over time have had ghostwriters. But for Quentin Miller, for some reason, it was just a no-no for him to be a ghostwriter. Was it because it's Drake? I'm guessing because since it was Drake, you shouldn't be writing his verses. That's how it's kind of like perceived. You know what I'm saying? Like with him writing for Drake, you got to take the fall for this. Like we fought with Drake way too much for us to stop fucking with him. We gotta cut you off. We gotta do you dirt. Whatever the case may be. I don't know. I think it's bullshit because, like Quentin Miller said, like how come, we went through all of that and then y'all just end up being BFFs like nothing happened, but I'm still struggling or whatever. Like that shit just corny. Shit's mad corny. Mad corny, B. But I mean, that's another thing I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about that, especially those who followed the whole situation when it was going down during the If You're Reading This Is Too Late era. And one more, I want to say this too. I want to start a little bit of a debate. I want to see what y'all think. Speaking of If You're Reading This Is Too Late, I was talking to somebody else about this last week or week before last at work. I personally think that's Drake's best project of all time. Like, all time. I think I was saying that when it came out, after Views, after More Life, after all that shit was coming out, everything was lukewarm after If You're Reading This Is Too Late compared to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me. I think that's his greatest project of all time. Like, Take Care, I don't think is better than If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Nothing was the same. It can't compare. Me personally, I just feel like If You're Reading This Is Too Late is just on another level. Like, I told a buddy of mine at work, like, there's not a song on there I could skip. Not saying that on Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. Well, I feel like there's a few on Nothing Was the Same that I could skip. Because there's songs on those projects that you just can't bump at any point in time. I feel like there's certain songs that have to fit the vibes at that current point in time. If You're Reading This Is Too Late, it's got a lot of, like, bangers on there. Like, I feel like there's nothing on there I could skip. But I'm not even going to go no further on that. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think. Of course, this podcast will be up on CampHollandStudios.com. Check me out on Project Recap on Instagram, The Recap Project on Twitter. Thank you, Siege, for my personal on all platforms. I'm thinking about dubbing Twitter, but speaking of social media, man, Twitter is the most toxic place, website, app, social media platform, whatever, however you want to phrase it, however you want to put it up on a, position it, whatever. The most toxic. Like, I was seeing, of course, y'all seen D-Wade's son talking about how he, wants to make his transition and everything. And I'm all for that because, you know why? It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, that boy decision it don't affect nothing I got going on over here. So I see people up in arms bothered by it. Like, this is a 12-year-old female at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't get why that bothers anybody, that this boy wants to do what he wants to do. And they try to generalize like, oh, 12-year-olds can't make these decisions. Maybe you at 12 years old, you were a little slow, or you didn't have the resources that 12-year-olds today have. Like, we didn't have the information we had at 12 years old, and 12 years old, like, from generations from before. Things change over time. Like, when you were 12, or people my age when we were 12, shit was different for us at that age than, the generation before when they were 12. And they could probably say the same thing about shit we was doing. Oh, y'all shouldn't be doing this. Y'all 12 years old. We evolve over generations. So let that boy do what or let that girl do what she want to do. I've seen so many tweets over the past like month. I'm just like, bro, everybody got an opinion about something. They mad about something that don't directly affect them. But when it's about, something that does affect them, there's no debates, there's no long tweets, there's no threads. It's just like y'all only get mad about celebrities and who they fucking is screwing, all, like irrelevant shit. So Twitter, to me, bro, I tweeted this shit earlier, ironically, right? Twitter is the most toxic place in the world. I feel like of all time, like as far as like websites, apps, social media platforms, all that, the most toxic. And there's no, you cannot change my mind. Nothing has been more toxic than Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Bebo, MySpace. Nothing, bruh. Nothing. So I'm thinking about dubbing Twitter once again. When you start reading this shit over and over, like all these, people trolling or how they would say I'm joking or being sarcastic, bro. I can't tell off a tweet if you joking. It's text, it's words. I can't tell, oh, he's joking. I don't know you. So how do I read your tweet and take what you're saying as a joke? A lot of people just say shit for reactions, for replies, for retweets and likes so they can get some clout, get some exposure. They'll link their SoundCloud, link their YouTube, link their Instagram. Oh, I do this. Come fuck with me. Whatever. That's all people do it for. And it's just like, bro, this is what we come to. We want to be fake mad, be upset about shit that ain't got nothing to do with it, so I can plug my, social media so y'all can come, buy some bullshit that I sell or listen to some bullshit ass music I make. It's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, there's no other way to put it. Yeah, I just don't know I don't know. But I'm going to wrap it up here, y'all. It's been real. It's your boy, T.Y. Come check us out next week. Hopefully, I will have the next episode 3, on Thursday. This week, I was bullshitting. No, there's no way around it. I was bullshitting. So, next Thursday, come check us out. CampPilotStudios.com. New podcast will be up. As always, y'all, it's your boy, T.Y., and I just want to thank y'all for stopping by.